This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Good Tuesday morning to you. It's a numbers game at VSiN, the sports betting network, VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, and of course, Sirius XM channel 158. It's Gil Alexander. That right there's my little buddy Kelly Bidlin, everybody.
Hey.
How y'all doing? What's happening, party people? Ready to talk some sports and sports betting? Let's do it.
Do it.
On the show today, what has become an annual tradition around here, a show within a show, our NFL Awards prediction show. Ah, yes. Are you emceeing it, or are we just we're just doing it?
No, we're going to go through. We'll talk about each award market. We're going to go through our official prediction, and then we'll discuss the betting market as well. If there's other bets to make, other things to keep our eyes on.
Other bets we almost would have made but did not. Yeah, we'll do that. The NFL Awards prediction show coming up top of the hour next hour. Jeff Erickson, Fantasy Football Hall of Famer. Jeff Erickson from RotoWire, and of course the Prop Points version here at VSiN that includes Nick Whalen. We'll talk fantasy with us. He's also got some sports bets in the NFL to make. Tyler Shoemaker talking WNBA and college football with us. Greg Peterson on the Major League Baseball slate. And how about we do the exercise we did last week, which is we're just going to go through, and we'll try to do this rapidly. Each and every game in NFL week number 1, our thoughts from a straight-up ATS survivor perspective.
Yep.
Bang,
Total,
bang, bang.
millions, all that
Millions,
stuff. Yeah.
That's right. That's what we'll do. We'll do all of that. We'll start, however, with college football last night. TCU 48, North Carolina 14. A drubbing of the heels in Bill Belichick's debut, college football debut. I will not add anything to the mainstream media take on this game other than the sports betting angle of this, which is to say, and this is, Kelly, this is the part where I don't mean to brag and I don't mean to boast because that's not the point of this breakfast toast. What it is that I think we have said on this show, I have said on this show hundreds of times over the years, that no sport reveals itself, right? No sport reveals itself in a game quicker than does a college football game. And I think last night was the perfect example of it. I wouldn't go through this had I not texted you in real time at every step of the way that I did this last night. I was on with on Will's podcast, Should Have Bet More, on Sunday. He asked me, did I have anything pre-flop in TCU and North Carolina? I said I didn't, but give me a drive and a half. Well, it wasn't a drive and a half. It was. It ended up being like 3 drives on each side. And the game started out last night, for those who missed it. North Carolina gets the ball, and they just go right down the field, right? Gio Lopez engineers a drive. It's 7-0 North Carolina.
He's looking great.
He's smacking his own helmet. It's like they won the national championship.
Vibes are high. This is Bill Belichick starting just a new era in college football, Gil.
No one loved themselves more than those North Carolina kids in that moment. Well, then not so much. What ended up happening after that is TCU took a 10-7 lead, and by this point, Carolina had 3 consecutive 3-and-outs, and then TCU had a play. They were up 10-7. They were driving. You may remember. So 5:19 left in the second quarter. 10-7 TCU, and Hoover threw this high pass, this short high pass that he had to get over the defender. He did, and it was tipped, and it was picked. So North Carolina had the ball now, down 10-7. They had staved off this drive by TCU. So they start deep in their own territory, down 10-7. And at that moment, I says to myself, this looks like the perfect time, right? So TCU was minus 5.5. There's the first in-game bet. TCU minus 5.5. Now, here's the thing about this kind of stuff. It doesn't always work out this well, okay? Disclaimer.
Oh, yeah.
And it also doesn't work out as quickly as it did in this game. But this was just a series of unbelievable things, which is then what happens 3 plays later? Lopez pick 6 to Bud Clark, 17-7. I immediately bet TCU minus 11 because I've seen all I need to at this point. This is domination by this point in the game. 3-and-out for North Carolina. TCU manages a field goal before the half. It's 20-7 TCU at the half. At the half, I bet TCU, because I know they're getting the ball, minus 2.5 third quarter, and also TCU minus 15.5 for the game. First play from scrimmage, second half, Kavorian Barnes, 75 yards to the house, 27-7 TCU.
All right, let me hit the pause button real quick. Remember when we were talking about Castellanos yesterday, and I was like, did he look like better to you than you? That was one of the slowest 75-yard touchdown runs I feel like I've ever seen. I was like, how is nobody catching this guy?
No one caught him. Immediately bet, and at this point, Todd Wishnev is calling me a chazer, which is his poor Hebrew pronunciation. That's his poor, renounced Orthodox Jewish pronunciation of the word for pig in Hebrew.
Okay.
He says, you're being a pig. He's laughing at me. I'm like, I keep doing it. TCU minus 21.5, another 3.5 for Carolina. TCU quickly matriculates. Trent Battle in from 28, 34-7. 8:30 left in the third quarter, and then I go back to one more time. Like TCU minus 27.5. He's dying at this point. He goes, watch, he'll probably win this too. And I do. 7:08 left in the third quarter when I made the minus 27.5 bet. Lopez sacked by Jonathan Bags, fumbles. Devian Deal scoop and score from 37 out. Touchdown 41-7 TCU. At that point they dealt. They're up 34. They dealt to 34.5. And because I've lived long enough with in-game betting, I knew at that point to fold them. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. And I was like, yeah, now squirrely things probably happen. And it worked out perfectly. TCU ends up winning 48-14. I say all of that again to say this. Sports betting's a funny thing, Kelly Bidlin, because we can sit here and we can pontificate for hours on air. You can sit there and handicap golf for hours. Mm-hmm. I do for tennis on a daily basis. It takes up our entire lives. And oftentimes, sports betting plays this hilarious trick on you where once in a while, maybe more than once in a while, I would argue in college football, a lot of times, you just plant your butt in front of a game. You may not even know a player on either team, but you watch a few drives, you sit there, and it becomes a financial windfall for you. And that is the comedy of sports betting sometimes.
Yeah, well said. Well said. The hours that you could spend
it
on
really is.
Golf and tennis, and then you're watching a game, and so I mean, you like you said, you've said it for years. I think college football is by far the best example of this, and honestly, early in the season in college football too, right? When there are question marks about teams, and you're getting pregame lines, and you see something develop in front of you, and boom.
And by develop, it means one team is clearly better than the other. It could mean that neither defense is going to stop an offense just over the heck out of this game over and over. There's so many things, but college football is very unique in that fashion. And so I just wanted to point that out. That's my biggest takeaway.
Good point on the last one. Honestly, I feel like I probably do it more with totals in college football than I end up doing it with sides.
Yep.
Because it's usually like, hey, this offense cannot move. Or, right, these defenses are not stopping anybody.
And that's what it was in terms of being a lopsided affair last night. It was very clear that TCU was the better football team. And listen, I mean, people were writing jokes last night all over Twitter. There's many a joke to be made, and we'll see how it plays out from here.
Can I do the 1-minute sports talk version of
absolutely.
this? I can't believe I'm going to be on the defensive side of this. I feel like there was a lot of national media that I heard about after this game of this morning of the, man, we are killing Belichick. And I get it. It's game one. But, like, he ain't out there playing. Like, he's not out there throwing the ball or tackling. Like, I get it. I get he put himself in this position, and this is your responsibility as a head coach. But, man, I think for those of us involved in sports radio journalism, it's one game, and there's players on the field. The guy's not out there doing everything.
Well, I don't know. I had a couple thoughts. One, the easy joke here to make this morning would be what? No one would be crapping on Lombardi more than Lombardi this morning, except for the fact that it was Lombardi, so Lombardi wouldn't. That's the first joke we could make, right? If you follow that. But the real thing that I'll push back a little on what you were saying about the Belichick thing. I was bothered by the fact that when North Carolina went up 7-0, they're acting like they won the championship. Okay, great. You want kids enthusiastic. Great. It's different era than it used to be. Maybe I'm an old man. But then there was a play where Ship was completely covered perfectly by a TCU defender. He's desperately looking for the flag. There was I think it was 17-7, and one of the Carolina D-backs was pumped that he made like a second down stop, and he's like raising his hand. I'm like, if that's annoying me, Bill Belichick is highly annoyed.
You would think. Who knows? Maybe that's something he addressed postgame after he got done with his balloon arch at the press conference. Did you see this?
The what?
Oh, God.
The balloon arch?
To pull the picture for you.
I don't even know what that means.
It's like think of prom or like a ridiculous wedding.
Arch.
Like they had the step and repeat behind him for the press conference, and then there's all these balloons around it.
Yeah.
Like they just won a championship or something. They lost a game.
It'll be fun to see how this goes. Again, sideshow like Dion in Colorado a couple years ago. We'll see this at college football. Tennis yesterday, 2-1. 2-1 in tennis. Hit on straight set dog winner on Felix Auger-Aliassime. Straight set dog winner on Naomi Osaka over Coco Gauff. Lost straight sets on the big dog yesterday, which was Jaume Munar. So 2-1 for a nice little tidy day. It was, I'll tell you, this day in the U.S. Open yesterday, Kelly, there were 4 men's matches and 4 women's matches. Let's throw out the one women's match between Karolina Muchova, who beat Marta Kostyuk in 3 sets. The other 7 matches were just runouts. On the men's side, 12-0 in sets for the 4 winners versus the 4 losers, 73-25 in games. And in the other 3 women's matches, 36-12 in games, 6-0 in sets. The average set of those 7 matches out of the 8 was 6-2 yesterday. Like, it was just a complete destruction of tennis. It was like everybody was double parked outside, had to get out of there. So we're in the quarterfinals. Today I have 2 plays. 2 plays, as half the quarterfinals are being played today. And both of them involve giving a set and a half. This morning, a little less than 90 minutes from now, Jessie Pegula giving a set and a half, meaning I have her winning in straight sets against Barbora Krejcikova. That is in short plus money. As is tonight, I'm taking Novak Djokovic giving a set and a half, meaning he has to win in 4 or fewer. He can give up a set at the most. Plus 113 versus Taylor Fritz. So Pegula this morning giving a set and a half plus 108 versus Krejcikova. Joker tonight giving a set and a half plus 113 versus Taylor Fritz. Those are your 2 tennis plays from Flushing at the U.S. Open, which has been a boon, as has the entire hardcourt season post-Wimbledon. Coming back with the NFL next.
If you're serious about football betting, VSiN's got your weekend game plan. Fridays at 7 p.m., it's the Circa Friday Football Invitational. Saturday morning, VSiN's college football tailgate show at 9 a.m., breaking down matchups, props, and big-time bets. Later that night, join the football contest show as the sharpest betting minds give you their picks for Sunday's game. And Sunday at 9 a.m., lock in with Mitch and Pauly on VSiN's Pro Football Tailgate Show. Your final stop before kickoff. Check out the full lineup at VSiN.com and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
So, Pauly, have you had a chance to read the VSiN Daily yet?
Yeah, came in at 3 a.m. What's Bill doing up that late?
Well, rumor has it, it starts off with a 12-hour meditation session.
Then he just pours himself over film and live TV, really focusing and taking it all in. Bill's in with the biggest insiders, talking trade secrets, strategies, the whole 9, absorbing the info.
And then and only then can the writing process begin.
In Las Vegas, Bill's late night becomes your early morning. Wake up to the very latest betting insights in your inbox with the VSiN Daily. Sign up for free at vsin.com/newsletter.
Coming up on the next edition of Follow the Money, Paul Stone to give out his best bets for Week 2, and he moved the line 3 points here at Circa. Former Circa Survivor contest winner Brian Sachs will join the show with his thoughts on Survivor strategy and a double shot at Derek Stevens. It's been a month. Grandissimo, Survivor, Millions, and what's going on Sunday at the Golden Gate. Follow the Money 4 to 7 Eastern on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, now Sirius XM Channel 158. Check out the website for all the betting tools.
VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
VSiN's exclusive betting splits cut through the noise, pulling real-time data straight from Circa and DraftKings Sportsbooks. Circa caters to sharp bettors and big wagers, while DraftKings reflects the broader public market, giving you a unique look at both sides of the action. Track the percentage of bets and handle on every game across every major sport so you can make sharper, more informed bets. Start your edge today for just $9.99 at VSiN.com/subscribe. We get tweets at Beat of the Book. Always appreciate the feedback. Best listeners in the game. I mean that. Y'all are the best. Jeff Nahill. This is great, too. This is awesome. Jeff murders me. You ready for this? Jeff goes, Gil, no more Padres picks. Since you picked them last week, Bogarts broke his foot. Adam last night, he says, likely torn Achilles. I thought it was a torn quad. Either way. Lost 2 of 3 to the Twins, even though that wasn't part of the bet. They did start September 0-1 last night. They lose to the Orioles. King rehab pushed back. Merrill rehab pushed back. You are the cooler. By the way, he says congrats on the U.S. Open. Thanks for that last note. He's so right about the baseball stuff, though, with the monthlies this year.
Yeah. Ruptured tendon in left quad.
Quad, yeah. I had the Padres in May, the 1 month where they sucked. I had the Rangers in August. Remember, they were hitting lights out at the end of July. They decided, you made a bet on us in August? They decided not to have any offense for the first half of August. Now all of a sudden they're hitting like gangbusters again. Now that the bet is killed, and now here the Padres start September 0-1, and all this stuff is happening. You're right, Jeff. I am the monthly cooler this year. So far, I am. By the way, I had a documentary recommendation yesterday. Ryan O with a great one, too. The Jussie Smollett doc is awesome, he says. I wasn't sure about it, but it's phenomenal. It's exactly how I felt about it. I wasn't sure about it, but it was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. This is from... That's your whole music, by
Did you see that Trevor Story home run last night?
Shortest home run in StatCast history.
Anybody I'm sure it's all over Twitter, and I could have looked. I wonder what the home run prop price was for Story. I mean, like, that is the most, like, one of the most improbable home runs.
Well, the pesky pole is already the shortest spot, and then how that just
gets carried out.
It would be a home run in 0 of 30 ballparks is the line, including the one he hit it out of.
Including the one he hit it out of.
Tenalach, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Joe Brand says, Gil, your breakdown of the carnage for Survivor and top 5 favorites to lose yesterday reminds me of a vague stat I think I heard on your show of the average number of underdogs that win each week in the NFL. Ring a bell? Love the show, mate. He says, of the many great angles your show produces, finding value with bookies is invaluable. Limited options in Australian apps, but you guys educate listener to search for the best odds, beating the book, my friends. Thank you from Down Under.
Yeah, let's go.
To his question about the average number of dogs, what he's referring to is, I haven't quoted this stat in a long time, but it's going back to 1978, which is where most databases go back to in the NFL. During the regular season, 83% of games, the spread doesn't matter. In other words, favorites cover or the dog wins outright. So only 17% of the time does the spread actually even come into play. In the playoffs, that gets even lower. And by the way, people are like, wow, that's amazing. It's actually not that amazing. That's what the number kind of ought to be, 17%. I think wild card weekend historically is the one where the spread matters the least historically. This is from, continuing with the tweets, this is from Trip Tepper. Last night, TCU did not appreciate being cast as the Washington Generals tomato can by ESPN. Did everyone forget the Frogs played the national title game in 2023? The residual recruiting bump from that season was magnified by the stark talent gap. He's right. And Sonny Dykes said that after the game pretty much, right? Mm-hmm. No one was talking about us. A Joe named Jim, like hot butter on a breakfast toast, under 150 seconds, cashes on early rap lyric reference for the Tuesday show. Favorite time of year for the show. Can't wait for next week's guessing lines already. Yes, I'm excited too. And then the first Megapod tomorrow. Tomorrow with From the Win, live from the Win. Steve Fezzik, guest number 1 this year. CB Moore.
In studio with you?
In studio at the Win. CB Moore, pontificate. Gil, it's 9 a.m. Central. Calm down with the big words. Okay, I'm sorry. And Harold Irving, did Todd do his best Robert Loggia impression when he said Chazer? Robert, is it Loggia or Loggia? Great character actor from back in the day.
Loggia, isn't it?
Loggia, isn't that what Robert Loggia? Officer and a Gentleman, I believe.
I'd have to go check.
Jagged Edge, something like that.
This is the picture I was talking about, Gil.
Oh, look at that. This is Bill Belichick and the balloon arch that Kelly was referring to. So this is his post-game?
So angry post-game, and they had to set up balloons like that. What are we doing?
So all the shots of his post-game like narrowed in so you couldn't see the balloons?
Most you see him speaking, and they take a tighter shot on camera, so all you see is that the logos and the DirecTV in the background. Okay, take that shot a little wider, and here someone set up a beautiful balloon arch.
Oh, man. That's rough. All right, let's start with Week 1 NFL game, shall we?
We got games on the move, my man.
Games on the move.
Including Thursday night.
Starting with Thursday night. What are we up to now on Philly?
Well, hopefully, if you liked 7, hopefully you bet it yesterday because that gone. Couple 7.5s out there. I see an 8.5 at FanDuel, mainly 8s right now in the markets.
That's a Micah Parsons move. And
it was 7 yesterday.
Yeah. These things, but that's another weird thing. These things move. Remember we used to talk about this on Primetime Action. They don't move on news. It's like the general public is like, oh, yeah, I remember Micah Parsons got traded the other day. I should probably bet this.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's more, well, football's really only 2 days away.
I
got to get bets in. Yeah, got to get bets in.
You're right. It's that too. But it's just weird behavior. Because we're so close to it. We're like, why didn't it happen right then?
No, it kind of did, and then it kind of got bet back. That's what we were talking about yesterday. 7 was a good number that you could still lay when it was before the Micah trade. It was 6.5, 7 toggling between there. So the fact there were 7s out there yesterday.
So it won't be 7 in the contest. That's
right. Yeah, that's why I brought it up yesterday.
Yeah. So you won't have to go in early.
I think 8 or 8.5 is more likely.
I don't believe I will have a play on this. And it won't be a contest play. Nothing.
I'm really going back and forth ever since I didn't put it back in the rundown today. I didn't want to repeat teaser Tuesday, but I figured we could have that conversation within these games, Gil. I really do not play teasers big time these first couple weeks. I think I'm going to play a couple smaller this week, though.
Yeah.
Just small. I'm going to play them smaller, but I'm going to play a couple. I think the Eagles are going to be a
Eagles teaser leg. Eagles teaser leg does sound pretty appealing. Friday night, Sao Paulo. Chiefs, 3-point favorites on the road at the Chargers. You made this comment off air yesterday. That this is one of these games where if it was 3.5, you'd play the Chargers. If it's 3, you take the Chiefs. You're probably not going to play either.
This is the Megapod question, right? The question and answer. For which game do I want no part of? Adam Burke yesterday said Lions-Packers. That is definitely up there for me as well. It's 1A, 1B somehow with that game and this one. Chargers-Chiefs sitting at 3 on a neutral. Yeah. Hey, that's a big old pass for me. It would be I said it was like I'd give you the Fezzik line if it was 3.5, I'd lead Chargers. If it was 2.5, I'd lead Chiefs. 3, stay away.
Big old pass for me as well. 2 good games though, or at least the Friday game sounds good on paper.
I guess slight lean to the under in that game. 46 Chargers Chiefs. I had 2 pretty good defenses. I know 2 good quarterbacks, but we're in another neutral site setting. That would be where the lean's at for me.
Should I follow the lead here on the screen? Okay. Sunday, Steelers at the Jets. I'm on the Steelers, and I feel like I'm the only person. This will be a contest play for me. This will be a bet for me. And by the way, this is down to reduced juice on the 3. Who knows if this gets to 2.5?
There are 2.5s out there.
Yeah.
So it is, yes, reduced juice on the 3 or heavy juice on the 2.5.
That's right.
Go to South Point and get a flat 2.5.
I like the Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers, contest and real life. You? Nothing?
You have not bet that yet, right?
No, I have not bet it yet.
I feel like you've been talking about it for a couple weeks, but yeah, 2.5. Man, total down to 38.5 in that game. Might end up as a contest play with me on the Steelers. I can't look Jets early week 1.
Nope. I don't really understand the Jets' love. Well, we'll find out week 1. The Megapod question that Kelly was referring to, one of the 2 at the end of the show is, which is the game you want no part of on the spread? This is probably my answer, and it's reflected in the spread because now it's a pick 'em. Mm-hmm. Dolphins at Colts, pick 'em, which is I just have no idea, no clue.
Dolphins money showing back up a little bit. I don't think it. I mean, well, up to a point where we go from a 1-point favorite to a pick 'em. So very, very limited. I'm with you. There's nothing here for me. It would still be. Look, I'm going into the season higher on the Dolphins, I think, than most people. If you're interested in the Dolphins, bet them while they're still healthy, right? That would be my advice, but there's nothing here for me. It could be a good live bet look.
Panthers at the Jaguars, 2 teams that came in the league as expansion teams together. Jaguars, 3.5-point favorites. This is up for 3.5 from 3 on the Jaguars here. 3.5. I was wondering why that was 3 the whole time. People were talking up the Jaguars, and I thought the Panthers' love was a little overstated. I don't have a play here.
Well, this is the Gil. Maybe everybody else that I've been hearing for the past year and a half is right, and this Bryce Young guy is going to be a real quarterback in the league. And I know they got no defense, and I think the Jags' offense could be pretty good, and I know they got no defense. They're on my list. I played the over yesterday, 46.5.
Oh,
I'm in on that one. Yep.
Okay. Last one here before the break. Giants at the Commodores. Washington favored by 6. Division game. Survivor consideration, but my consideration will end in me not playing it in Survivor.
I might get in on the Giants side. I know that's becoming a little popular here.
All you people with your Giants plays.
I know it's becoming a little popular here, but 6.5, it's definitely a strong lean to the Giants for me.
And by all you people, I mean all you people. Come on this show and take the Giants. More NFL Week 1. We'll just rapid fire through them. Again, thoughts, straight up, ATS, Survivors, Millions, all of it. Next.
There's no better time to join VSiN Pro. Right now, get started for just $9.99 for your first 30 days or save 50% off with an annual subscription. As a pro user, you'll get our newly updated NFL betting guide as well as the college football betting guide, the ultimate playbook packed with expert picks, team previews, and best bets. Plus, you'll unlock exclusive features like real-time betting splits, daily best bets, and full access to the VSiN Watch app. Don't miss out. Head to VSiN.com/subscribe and join us on the Sports Betting Network. Get your edge this season with VSiN's College Football Betting Guide, exclusive to VSiN Pro subscribers. It's packed with 136 team previews, preseason top 25 rankings, and best bets from our experts. Pro subscribers also get the NFL Betting Guide, daily best bet emails, exclusive splits, and full access to our premium betting tools. Sign up now at VSiN.com/subscribe for just $9.99 for your first 30 days. Or save 50% with an annual pro subscription and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Need a proxy? You can join the world's biggest football contest with one trip to Vegas anytime before the season starts. Trusted by thousands of players over the last 9 seasons. Winner's Circle Proxy Service helped clients win over $9.3 million the last 2 seasons. Learn more about using a trusted proxy service. Visit winnerscircleproxy.com/VSiN. We get tweets at Beating the Book. Kevin Ryan. Gil, my only take from the Carolina game last night is it would appear that the food is great in Chapel Hill. Is there a food thing?
No, I don't know.
I don't know. Dan Groeschel. Normally, I root for your tennis picks to win, whether I bet them or not. Oh, thank you, Dan. But I have to root for you to lose tonight, so my quarterfinal winner ticket on Taylor, Joe Serralo Fritz, can cash. Here's the thing. Taylor Fritz has never beaten Novak Djokovic.
Never.
This would be the time.
How many times have they played?
10. This would be the time. If any, right? I mean, Novak is aging. He has had blister problems. But
what a tennis club. What a country club injury report right there.
Yeah.
Got blister problems.
The reason I bring it up is because they showed it his first match. It was gnarly.
Yeah,
it was
gnarly.
Totally gnarly.
Oh, man.
Steve,
I don't mean to laugh that hard. No, I know it impacts that, but just imagine hearing that if it was like football, basketball, like, oh, man, he's dealing with major blisters.
Steve the Proxy. Oh, he's showing a Skip Bayless tweet from last night. Bayless tweeted, I guess I know when this happened.
There's a lot of freezing cold takes out there today.
Bayless, wow, Belichick has a national championship offense. Heels just shredded the Frogs' defense. Steve the Proxy goes, I wonder how Skip's live betting went last night during the game. Jason H11, does the weird timing of line movement correspond, oh, you mean the bets on the line movement, correspond to when the big national books post their promos, a.k.a. odds boost, no sweat parlays, parlay boost? You know what? Maybe.
I think
it's
this
a great theory.
Throw all of this stuff into the mix, right? I still think mine's the most important, though. The people just waking up Monday morning,
I think you're right.
Sitting at home Labor Day, football starts Thursday. Let's load up the accounts and get some bets in.
I think yours is the most likely to be correct.
But all of this is mixed in. Yes, you're getting emails.
And the reason I know that yours is correct also is because if we look back here, if we were here on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, there is going to be a line of people who had all offseason to make bets, and somebody inevitably is going to get shut out at the door, at the window.
Yep.
The numbers guys got to be all dog plays in millions, right? All dog plays, he says. I don't know about all dog plays, but I understand the sentiment. Let's continue with the games on Sunday, shall we? Week 1, reactions. Quick reactions. Not reactions, but quick thoughts and comments from all kinds of multiple perspectives. Which game are we going to next?
The Bengals and the Browns.
The Bengals. Which is how Matt Brown pronounces Bengals. The Bengals and the Browns. Bengals now 5-point favorites on the road against Cleveland. Division game, road. Once again, the Bengals, this from a survivor perspective, was talking about this last night. The Bengals have all these strikes against them. Division game, because people seem to think that that's a big deal, right? Even though we went through the numbers yesterday at 5 points or greater in division games, not really being a thing. It's on the road, and the Bengals, of course, killed people in weeks 1 and 3 last year. So the Bengals have all those strikes going against them. I think I will have a couple of my entries on the Bengals. Because I think in that respect, it's almost the ultimate contrarian play.
Yes. I mean, especially it's the Bengals. The Bengals. How many people, and I think this will be a stay away game for me. This is another one out of the list. Nothing side total interests me here. But yeah, I think from a survivor perspective, how many people have gotten burned by the Bengals that, yes, I think it's it's a bit of the sneaky contrarian move to go with the Bengals.
Cut to a shot of me Monday morning. I can't believe I took the Bengals. Why didn't you all talk me out of it? No, I think a couple of my entries, I have 6. A couple will be on the Bengals.
I don't know what I'm going to finish at by the time we kick off Thursday.
Have you already started to get that feeling of survivor beat the deadline anxiety? I've already started to get that.
But now I will. But now that you brought it up,
for 20 weeks, this haunts me.
Did you set up your account?
Yeah, the account is set up.
Okay.
You set it up at the window.
No, but remember, you got to go into your app.
Yeah,
you can do it on the app, right?
Yeah,
you got to go into the app and then enter everything, and then reset your password if you want to, keep it as an actual password that you're going to remember.
Don't you do that when you sign up at the window?
No. This is what we forget every year. They give you
Right.
I don't want to tell this all on air, but they give you how to first get into it, and then you can reset that stuff.
I did it right at the window.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you did. That's what I asked. Did you set it up?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Was there a second step? Why are you screaming at me?
Well, there's two. You got to go to the counter, and then you got to get your phone out and set up your phone.
This is like Andy and Drew arguing about Nate Hobbs. Why are you screaming at me, man? Raiders at the Patriots. Patriots 2.5-point favorites. I want no part of this game. None. A lot of hype on the Patriots in the offseason. I'd like to see it first.
I'm coming around on the Raiders more, but not in this game. And under 3, I might be interested in the Patriots. So I agree with you with the Patriots thing. I kind of got to see it. But the problem is I can't get out of my head, Gil. As much as I don't want to admit it. I don't know why I don't want to admit it, but I think Drake May is the real deal. I think he's the real deal.
He might be. I'm just not prepared to say it yet, right? He might be.
Yeah. I've got questions about the rest of the roster that I kind of want to see, though.
And real deal, let's define real deal. Is he C.J. Stroud or Jaden Daniels? I don't know. Maybe. Probably not.
Well, I think there's a difference in those two quarterbacks from what we saw a year ago. I think your boy Daniels is way ahead of where C.J. Stroud.
Oh, I do too. But I'm just saying, it's like, well, let's define what we mean the real deal is. Let's
and C.J. Stroud year 1 looks very different than year 2.
Like I think Cam Ward is going to be good, better than Will Levis, but I don't think he's going to be as good as C.J. Stroud and Jaden.
When I say real
Daniels.
deal, I think Drake May is a starter in the NFL for a decade.
Okay, I like that. Cardinals 6.5-point favorites at the Saints. Survivor consideration. I think I might. This is the one. So I know I'm going to have a couple on Denver. I know I'm going to have a couple on Cincinnati. I'm pretty confident in saying that. I don't know if I'm going to have a couple on Arizona, but I'm thinking about it.
I love Arizona. Bet them in the summer when it was 4.5 over at FanDuel and Boyd here. Would still be lean to the 6.5. I think I'll have an entry. Gil, the only pushback on that consideration for using the Cardinals is week 2. When they get the Panthers at home.
Right.
So that's really the only thing holding me back I think I would probably go all in on the Cardinals if that week 2 spot wasn't right there with the Panthers coming up the next week. I'd probably push all my entries in on the Cardinals. I think because of the week 2 setup, I'm going to end up splitting up between Denver and Arizona.
All right. Rapid fire. Tampa Bay at Atlanta. Atlanta 2.5-point home dogs. I believe that this will be a contest play for me on the Falcons. And I believe I will have a bet on this.
Yeah, that's the one we've been seeing Oppo on the whole time. I'm going to take the Bucs early in the season and play the money line. I think this Falcons team could be good. I still think it's going to take Penix a little while with this team just to get off to a fast start.
By the way, if you're I'm sorry to interrupt. If you're also wondering like why haven't I pulled the trigger on this? I've just been betting so much tennis,
right? Yeah,
that it's just like I need to toggle the brain.
So this
over.
is what we're trying to think of the reasons why these things are moving. It's you, right? You're going to go bet after the show.
I'm sure that's what everybody's doing in the market. They're like betting so much tennis that's just now moving. Next, this is also in the morning, or we go to the afternoon?
Titans and Broncos.
Titans and Broncos. We go to the afternoon. Okay, this is going to be the biggest survivor play. Broncos are 8-point favorites. There's a lot of historical, not a trend show, but there's some powerful trends. The Broncos' first 2 weeks at Mile High, and Power Field at Mile High now, but at home, over the years, have a ridiculous record straight up, which is for survivor purposes what you need, and ATS even better. And you have a rookie quarterback. Cam Ward may turn out to be great, but this is a horrible elevation against the Broncos defense. Broncos will be on a couple of my survivor plays. I actually think they're a contest play for me too, and a bet.
They might. Probably a contest play for me. I think it's a teaser leg. If you're looking at teasers this week, that's an obvious teaser leg with the Broncos. Still can't get over that 2-14-1 ATS record from a year ago. Covered 2 times, Gil.
Twice. Yeah. Will Levis. San Francisco at Seattle. San Francisco down to a 2-point favorite at Seattle, total 43. I will be on the Niners in the contest.
In Niners for a bet, we'll be in on them in the contest as well.
And a bet, too, for me.
I played the money line. A couple weeks ago. This has come back down, though. It's right in that range. I played at minus 125, so 128.
Next. Let's go to
Lions and Packers.
I am going to be on the Lions in the contest and on a bet. They're 2.5-point dogs. I feel like the way that the Chiefs ended their season by getting blasted by the Eagles in the Super Bowl and the way that the Lions ended their season by getting blasted by the DC Skins in the playoffs, I feel like both of those teams are, I can't believe I'm saying this, somehow underrated heading into this season.
No, I think that's
just
fair.
because of those endings.
Complete pass on the side for me would be, it's a lean to the over on that game. Lions and Packers. I think we see points.
Texans at the Rams. I want no part of this. Rams 3-point favorites at home.
Up to 3. I'm watching this one, Gil. Lean into the Texans for sure. I doubt we get to 3.5, but definitely a bet for me if we're at 3.5.
Ravens, Bills, marquee matchup of the week, Sunday Night Football. It's a pick'em now. I'm on the Ravens.
Really don't want to plant my flag here, but we're down to a pick'em in Buffalo. I'll be on Buffalo.
And then Sunday night, Vikings at the Bears and NFC North clash. And I put clash in quotes. Vikings 1.5-point favorites. I want no part of this.
Well, no part of it. Love that it's the Monday night game, though, because I think those are two fascinating teams to watch.
It ain't quite Sunday night, but I get it. It's all fat. All these games are going to be fascinating this weekend. We'll come back. Greg Peterson will join us. Baseball all day long from Greg next on A Numbers Game.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Join the guru, John Hansen, at the intersection of prop betting and fantasy sports on Prop Points, only on VSiN.
And shout out to Elijah Moore as well. Oftentimes he's Elijah less. Keep in mind, Sean Payton is evil for fantasy football.
John and his guests will help you find the connection between the two and give you his expert advice on how to capitalize when a number is too good to pass up. Prop Points, weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on VSiN, the sports betting network.
VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Back on the numbers game, live from Circa Resort Casino, downtown Las Vegas. Gil Alexander, Kelly Bidlin, producer number 9. So much more than a producer.
Trying to order a gift card for Greg right now, but the internet's having hiccups this week.
Hold that thought for 1 second. Let's read some tweets. Jacob Ellis at Wapesi Capital. He says, the best part of a numbers game is when Gil asks Kelly to pronounce a tennis name and proceeding to ask Kelly if he's having a medical emergency after attempting it. Appreciate all the entertainment / insight you guys give on a daily basis. Medical event is what I call
Al,
it.
if you like Kelly embarrassing himself, college football guessing lines is back in 1 hour.
Wait a minute. I forgot I buried the headline. 1 hour?
1 hour from now.
College football guessing lines with Kelly Bidlin coming up.
Which I thought was cruel. I agreed to it yesterday, and as soon as I sat down to start researching it, Gil, I said, why did I agree to do this?
You know what I love about it is it requires you to actually do research.
It does.
Yeah.
And this is I'm going to admit I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat, okay? But I used the VSiN College Football Betting Guide, which everybody should employ, because some of these teams I didn't know anything about.
Mikey P. Gil, don't do it. Have we not learned our lesson? Talking about taking the Bengals and Survivor in week 1. Hey, Kelly and Gil, what are the odds we find out the balloon arch was, he said, Jennifer Hudson's idea? He means what's her name? Jordan Hudson. Yeah. Jennifer Hudson doesn't have anything to do with this, John. Xavier82 also saying, betting the Giants, you people, with a meme from Tropic Thunder. And then said, the numbers guys, can you ask Greg if he's a Dallas filet 6 or 8 ounce guy? Well, Greg Peterson joins us now, courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line. You can follow him on Twitter at @GUnit_81. He is fond of a restaurant, an establishment called Texas Roadhouse. I have never been to Texas Roadhouse before. Greg, how are you, and how many times do you go to Texas Roadhouse per week?
Absolutely. I try to make it at the very least once every 2 weeks, which for me is quite a bit because there aren't a lot of places that I frequent quite like that. But you've never been to a Texas Roadhouse. This is new information to me, and this is quite shocking.
Well, how many of them? I mean, are they rampantly spread around the country, or is it just a Vegas thing? I think it's very
There's
local.
hundreds of them across the country.
Yeah, I think they're nationwide.
Never been there. Where
they are nationwide.
Greg,
I've seen them in Florida and I've seen them in Nevada, so I'm going to guess they're in Texas too.
I don't think a city boy like myself sees many Texas Roadhouses. I have to tell you. What's your go-to order at the Texas Roadhouse?
Oh, I am very much a 11 to sometimes 16 ounce sirloin guy. You get it with a good vegetable, sometimes broccoli, sometimes mixed vegetables. Sometimes we roll the dice when we go with the potato, but it's always a good time. It's a great steak at a reasonable price, and it's something that keeps me satisfied, and it keeps me rolling with regards to these picks.
Wow.
So they do a good job of keeping me focused, and I appreciate their hard work and the way that they give me a good meal at a good price.
That was fantastic. Rolling the dice for the potato, first of all, always a gamble, the potato. Yep. And he wanted to segue into the baseball picks with that. But now you're going to...
No, I'm going to cut it off. Yeah. Texas Roadhouse segment open for sponsorship, by the way. I was going to say. Just letting you know.
Very much.
Is there a better spokesperson?
But Greg, wait, I do have one question, because I've kind of got a rule when it comes to steaks. But do you make a steak at home? Do you ever make a steak at home?
Once in a while.
Okay. So that's where I'm usually like, I'll cook one up at home, throw it on the grill, or broil whatever, and I think you can make, if you get the right meat, you can make a great steak at home. Or I'm going to a real fancy steakhouse. So I haven't been in one of these spots and gotten a steak in a while. So we're gonna have to check it out, Gil.
Greg said gave him all the energy to make his baseball plays. We don't have all day baseball. We usually have Greg here on Wednesdays, where it is all day baseball. We still have a full slate. It's just all packed into the evening time. Greg, where are we going first today?
How about if we do start with one of those earliest games, because we've got the Reds going up against the Toronto Blue Jays. Nick Lodolo and the Reds, a very slim favor right now, and I'm going to be one to lay it. Jose Barrios throughout his career has always had his struggles away from home rather than at home, though he's been much better on the road this far this season. But I just really like the way that Nick Lodolo has cut down on the walks. His 8.5 strikeouts per 9 innings are low, but 1.7 walks per 9 innings. And with this Blue Jays team, they just haven't been the same team offensively when they've been away from home rather than when they have been at home. We saw the Reds get to that bullpen yesterday. They were actually leading going into the 9th inning, and then Emilio Pagan, because Emilio Pagan gave up a pair of home runs. I very much saw that coming, but Reds were able to rally against Brandon Little, who came up big for us. And I do think that the Reds, they just have a little bit more depth here. I like the way that 1 through 9, they're moving the line in general. They don't have a single guy on the roster with 20-plus home runs right now, but they're just getting really good production out of everyone. So like that 8.5 over, and with the Reds right around about -110, -115, I'm willing to lay that money line.
Reds 4 out of a playoff position, 4 out of the third place wild card New York Mets. Everybody likes to talk about the Reds' chances of getting in the playoffs. You know who's 5 games out? The San Francisco Giants. The sneaky, freaky brothers sneaking in from the rear. By the way, Dave Ross, co-host of By the Books with Jensen Lewis,
this is why we sent him out to Kentucky.
Has texted us from Kentucky, and he says, and I quote here, they're in Tennessee too, talking about Texas Roadhouse, but I haven't stopped yet. Keyword being yet. Haven't stopped in yet. Keyword being yet. And Kelly says, good reporting from our field reporting. There you go. Dave Ross is going to experience the sensation that is Texas Roadhouse. All right. What's next, Greg?
How about if we go with a little bit of a later game? It's the San Francisco Giants against Colorado Rockies, because you just mentioned it. The Giants, they are starting to surge. Right now, we're seeing that run line price where you're going to be laying some juice. -140, -145. In my opinion, you could still lay it and get a little bit of value, but I'd rather reduce it and go more on a -110, -115 basis, and I'll be taking a look at the over. Because with Kyle Freeland, he just gives up contact upon contact, only 6.5 strikeouts per 9 innings, and for the Giants, they've been much better with their hitting away from him rather than makes a lot of sense because Oracle Park, man, it's just a very much pitcher's ballpark, to say the least, and for the Giants and the Rockies yesterday, they had a combined 24 hits, but just a lot of men stranded on base. I think some of those men come home today. Rafael Devers is finally starting to heat up for the Giants. And for the Giants, if you look overall for the season, they're number 2 in terms of bullpen ERA, but they're not quite the same bullpen as they were towards the beginning part of the season. You trade away the likes of Tyler Rogers, Camilo Duvall, Eric Miller's on the injury list, so a little bit beat up there. And Logan Webb throughout his career, 2.78 home ERA compared to a 3.98 ERA on the road. Does take a little bit of a drop off away from home. So being able to get that total of 10.5, I like that over.
It's so, baseball's so interesting because you call it. So no Camilo Duvall, he's a Yankee. Tyler Rogers is a Met. Mike Yastrzemski is a Royal. Late Night Lamont left before the trade deadline. Again, they released Late Night Lamont Wade. And yet they've never played better baseball all year than they are right now. Bullpens you just mentioned, which I think is a fascinating thing heading into the postseason. Give me the Greg Peterson, in no particular order, best 3 or 4 bullpens in baseball right now. What would you say?
San Diego Padres are number 1. I feel like that's very obvious. They're number 1 in terms of ERA, and that's without Mason Miller for much of the season, who has really been able to blossom for this team. So I really like the way that they're performing. If they can get in, the Cleveland Guardians have a really good bullpen, even without Emmanuel Clase. These guys have been really good. Eric Zabrowski, Cade Smith, they've all been able to step up. And when they're rocking and rolling, the Brewers have been amazing with their bullpen, but they need Trevor McGill to get healthy. Without Trevor McGill, we have noticed that they have slipped up quite a bit. We saw yesterday on full display against the Philadelphia Phillies, and Jacob Mizorowski just not giving them a lot of innings has been hurting them as well. Those are 3 bullpens, though, that I really do like. Again, with the Brewers, the big caveat there, you need to get Trevor McGill healthy because he's been their 9th inning guy and he's currently on the injured list.
Yeah, I think if for folks making futures bets, handicapping the bullpens heading into a postseason is about as important a category you can look at. I would add Astros, Mets, even Yankees. I know people don't think the Yankees bullpen is
Astros need to get healthy with their bullpen too, though.
Yes, they do. And the Devin Williams thing has clouded what otherwise would be a pretty good Yankees bullpen picture. All right, what's next today?
But if we do go with a game out there in the American League, because, man, you just mentioned it, the Devin Williams deal, it has not been working out really for the New York Yankees, and I am in on the Houston Astros. You're able to get Framber Valdez, a company right around about even money against the Yankees, and Max Fried has given up 4+ runs in 6 out of his last 8 starts. Now, for Framber Valdez, he's given up 4+ runs in 4 out of his last 5 games. Now, this is a total that is climbing up from a 7.5 to an 8. If you still have a 7.5, I do like that over, but Valdez been very different home to road. Overall for the season, about a 3.16 ERA, only giving up a half a home run per 9 innings. But at home, 1.80 ERA, 0.4 home runs per 9 innings. He has been magnificent when he has been in Houston. For the Yankees, there's still a little bit of a hit or miss sort of mentality with regards to this lineup. Obviously, Aaron Judge is going to move the line and get on base, but with this Astros team, I do feel like they find a way, and getting back Yordan Alvarez, that is massive for them as well. So give me that 7.5 over and the Astros on the money line.
All right, we will do just that. Greg Peterson, everybody, at GUnit_81. Everything good with the dating life before we let you go? Everything good?
Everything is great, my friend. Things are going very, very well.
Mr. Romance. Volume shooter, but now Mr. Romance, right? Not volume shooting currently, correct?
Not volume shooting currently, but always prepared